welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, and it's Thursday night, which means it's One Sheet Wonder night. This is round two. Hopefully, I have sound now, so if anybody is connecting, because I know there was a few of you on before, and I had to disconnect because I had no sound. Hopefully, we got the sound figured out. So if you can let me know, yes, I can hear you, then I will get started. So tonight we are going to be making 6 matchbook cards from one 12 by 12 sheet of the lovely Garden Designer Series paper. Now this paper pack is part of my Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit for this month. I can hear you now. Thank you so much. And so club members will receive the download pattern and measurements for tonight's One Sheet Wonder cards. This is a perk for being in my club. If you would like to know more about my Stamp Camp at Home Card Club, under the video it says more. Click on that and it will bring you to a link to my blog that talks about this month's Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit. The lovely garden paper is just gorgeous. I've been doing One Sheet Wonders. I've done, I think, 2 already, and tonight's the 3rd. Gorgeous. With this paper, I don't care if you think they're ugly cards. This paper just makes them beautiful. So, I don't know. I think they're gorgeous. Now, with that being said, I don't know how tonight's cards are going to turn out because I did not create them yet because I didn't want to waste my paper. So I have in my head how I think they're going to turn out. So we will see together, and maybe you can help me decide what I'm going to do here. But let's change the camera and get started. All right, so we are on to a rough start tonight, but hey, we're going to get there. So this card was on my blog yesterday, and this one is what sparked me in creating matchbook cards, because this is just one of many different types of matchbook cards that you can create. I'm doing 6 different ones tonight. I have more, but I ran out of paper, so maybe that'll be another One Sheet Wonder and down the road, who knows. But this one is what sparked it. It's a matchbook, because see how that is like a matchbook for matches. So this one you flip open and then you have your inside. So really cute, quick and easy card. I love the matchbook cards for that reason, because they are quick and easy. Some of them are going to take a little bit of layering, but you are going to love them. So this is the gorgeous paper that we're using tonight, and this is the paper in the pack that I hand cut all the images out, but I'm actually going to use it tonight for my One Sheet Wonder, which is another reason why I don't have the cards done, because I love that print and I didn't want to mess it up. So this is the coordinating Thankful Garden bundle that goes with the paper. Now club members do not need the bundle. They can use any sentiment stamp set that they have on hand, but if they want their sentiments and their One Sheet Wonder cards to be like mine, they're going to want to get the bundle. I'm also going to bring in the Stylish Shapes dies, the Countryside Corner dies, and the Simply Said stamp set. The stamp set, I like it because of all sentiments. They fit lots of different shapes and sizes, and that's what I think I'm going to need tonight, because I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll see. But this is the print I'm going to use, and let's get started on cutting that up. All right, so the first cut, I don't think there is a like a specific side on this paper, because they're all going in different directions. So I like that. I like to have a paper that's non-directional. So we're going to start by cutting this at 4 inches. Get that going there. 4 inches by 10 3/4. 10 3/4. So we're going to cut that. Okay, this is going to be for my first card. So I'm going to set that one aside there. And this one, I'm not sure yet where that paper is going to end up. The next strip is going to be 3 5/8. 3 5/8. And then we're going to cut that to 4 7/8. And that's going to be on the second card. And then I need 4 1/4. 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. So I am going to have a little bit of waste on this one, not much, 1/8 of an inch. And that one is card number 3, I believe. And then I have this piece left over here, and I want it to be 2 7/8, which it is, perfect, and 3 5/8, 3 5/8, which it's 3. Beautiful. Then I have this strip left over right here, and I need to cut off just a fraction because I need this to be at 4 inches. So I'm cutting off 1/4 of an inch. Now you could probably use that on insides of cards. I'm not using it tonight, so it is what it is. The first piece is going to be 3 1/4, and then 3 1/4. All right, so that's that 5 6, and then I need 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. Okay, and I think that goes with them. And then I need a 1 inch. All right. And I'm not sure yet what that one went for. We'll see. So we're going to go back. Oh, I'm going to need this for my scoring. We're going to go back to the first one. This is 4 by 10 3/4. We're going to do some scoring on this one. This one is going to be scored at 1 inch and at 6 1/4. All right. So that's all my scoring on that one. And then I'm going to have a base. My base is going to be black. And then I have a little inside piece. So I'm going to fold this up first. Now I'm thinking, I'm not sure which side I'm going to use. That's the dilemma I'm having. If I'm going to have the green out or the floral out. So there's my matchbox. See how that goes? Matchbox. Check that out. Well, you're not that late because we had to restart because I had no sound. So this is actually my second attempt. So that would be with the green showing. And then I was thinking, I brought in the Countryside Corners dies. Now these are on the last chance list. Last I looked, they were still available, but they're on the last chance list for $19.60. So that's an awesome deal. Here's the flower that I cut from the paper. I thought I could put that on there. And then I could put a little sentiment on here. So we could do like this. All right. And I don't know what sentiment. I'll have to look. So I want you guys to vote. And then I thought I could put a little thing. Pretty. I think it's very pretty. One thing I didn't bring out was my bling. I'll have to look for what I did with that. Don't know. I might have to put that on later. But anyway, so this side, or we'll put that off. We can just fold it the other way. Look at the options that you have. Oh, I like that on the black. It is gorgeous. Oh, that almost matched up perfectly there. The only thing I wondered about this is if I went with this. Is it still gonna? Yeah, it's still pretty. What do you think? Green showing, flower showing. Let me know. I'm going to look for my, while you guys decide, I am going to look for my sequins. Hmm. I don't know where they went. I know I was just about out. I like to have my bling. Are they flipped over? No. Nope, nope. Well, shoot. I think the rest I have are in the kitchen when I was boxing them up for my kits. Too much flour. I like the green. Okay. Easy enough. Switch that up. We're going to do it this way, this way. All right, so to create kind of the closure for my matchbook here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my liquid glue and right where the fold is, or the score line here, I'm going to run just a little bead right across, not on that score line, just above that score line. And I'm going to fold that over, give that a nice press down. All right, and then I can go ahead and stick that on my card base. Since we're going black, I could do a white base. Okay, we're really going to change things up. I think it needs a white base. So let's pull our white. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right, that's our base. All right, so we're gonna attach this to our base, just like that. This is gonna go on the inside here, just like that. So you have a room to write. You're still gonna see that beautiful print on the inside. I love this paper, but I am a pink girl. I love the pinks and the greens. Okay, so I'm gonna center that like so. Then I go ahead and enclose this. I'm going to attach these Countryside Corners dies here, like so. I don't want to overlap my fold there. I'm going to pop this up, I think. Here's my little sentiment. Now this is a Country Corners die cut as well. I am going to do, I think I'm going to do Thinking of You. And I'm using the black Memento ink. So let me pop this up first. I don't know, now that I see it, maybe I would have liked it on the black. I don't know. That's why you guys can decide what you like when you create yours. I'm just kind of showing you the techniques and the tips. You take it and run with it. So we're going to put that on there. Gorgeous. We're going to put this on, and I think I'm going to just put a dimensional on the one end because we already got the flower side popped up. So I'm going to just kind of go like this. Does that look straight? Looks straight. Then I already tied a bow with the white twine. I did a double bow. Bring in my glue dots. Here I thought I was so prepared tonight and then lost the volume. Don't have my bling. It's going to be one of those nights. I kind of like the little twisty ends. And you know, I got so many things cut on my table here. I am kind of thinking, let me see. I know I have a little end piece here somewhere. I like to use the little end pieces. This one's too big, but oh, here we go. This might work. I thought I could just kind of decorate the bottom a little bit on that, but I'm thinking not. So that is the quickest, easiest Matchbox card that you can make. I guess if I didn't put adhesive, I could have brought it down a little bit, just for thought. All right, so that's that one. Now the next one, I have a piece of white, and this is going to be, well, it is 3 3/4 by 10, and it needs to be scored at 5 inches. And then I have another piece, and this is 4 1/4 by 6 3/4, and it's scored at 1 1/4. All right, so we're going to fold that. Okay, this is the card that was on my blog yesterday. So you can see how that one was done. All right, then I have, again, we can either do the print or we can do the green. Maybe I will do the green and we'll do the print here. I think that looks good. So we're going to attach this strip here to the bottom flap. We're going to put the green on the white. I'm going to turn that this way, I think, just so I can gauge that a little bit better. All right, for this one, we're going to attach this. I'm out. To the inside here, and let's see, I want to get centered placement here. All right, now to secure this, what we're going to do, I have a circle and then I have another one of these, and this time I think I'm going to use this die cut to secure my flap. So I'm going to attach this. To my black die cut here. Now when I put it on the card front, I'm going to bring this down and I'm going to put my dimensionals up here, but not here, so that it can still attach underneath there. So let's get that. And I'm actually going to put a line across the bottom here. So for this closure on this matchbook card, you use a die cut. On the sample on my blog yesterday, I did the circle. Today we're going to use these gate countryside corners. And see how that holds that in place? But you can still flip it out and open it up. So we're going to just slide that back under there. Just like that. We're going to pop up our flowers again. And then I want to put one on here. And we'll put that, I'm just pink. I'm a pink girl. I have a few different die cuts here. I could do the banner one. I kind of want to stay down. So that's a little long. Let's see what else do I got here. I have another one like I have on the other card. Or I could put it up here maybe. Kind of tuck it. What do you think? Up here or here? Up top, down below? Not at all. Sometimes I don't put sentiments on the front because then I can make the card for whatever occasion I need it for. I'm not stuck using it for that one specific occasion when maybe something else comes up and it's like, oh, I really would like that card for that. And I already have a sentiment on the front. So there. So what do you think? Sentiment, no sentiment. For the inside, we can use that little piece that I had thought about for the first one. That's cute. I have, ooh, this would be pretty. I like that one. All right, so what do you think? Sentiment, no sentiment, while I'm gluing this in. Place. You guys didn't know you were going to be having to do work tonight instructing me on what you think. Nobody wants to give me a heads up? No? All right. I'm kind of leaning towards not putting a sentiment on. I am for sure going to be blinging these out. So make sure you check out my blog tomorrow. No sentiment. All right. Make sure you check out my blog tomorrow, TheStampCamp.com, because they are going to be blinged on my blog. So you will see the bling. So the next one, I have a black card base again. And this is 3 3/4 by 9 3/4, scored at 5 1/4. And then I have another piece, and this is white, and this is 2 1/2 by 4 1/4, scored at, oh, that's not the right one. The white is different. This one here is 2 1/2 by 4 1/4, scored at 1 1/4. So I'm going to fold that in half. This one kind of looks like a present, but it's a matchbook. Let me get this situated here a minute. All right, so now we're to the white, and the white is 3 1/2 by 9 1/4, scored at 5 inches. This one is going to have a pop-up mechanism inside of it. So we're going to fold on that score line. We're going to put it in our trimmer at 3/4 of an inch. No, at 1 1/2, excuse me. And I'm going to cut down 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to cut over my scored section there. So I put it in at 1 1/2, and I'm going to cut down 3/4 of an inch. So I'm kind of looking along the side here. as close as I can. And then I'm going to move it down to 2 inches, and I'm going to cut, make sure that's straight. And I'm going to cut down to 3/4 of an inch. I'll pick that up. They look the same. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to put it at 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to use my scoring blade, and I'm going to just score between those 2 cuts. And I didn't go all the way, but that's good enough. It'll work. And then we're going to pop that piece out and fold and burnish that and go inside and get that crease nice inside. All right, then we're going to bring this back in and line that up on the inside. We want the scoring on the white to be in the same place where the scoring on the black is. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that. You can fold it up, take your adhesive, whoops, not go over the top like I just did. So now I got a little blob there. Okay, I'm going to center that. And fold this down like so. We're going to take our piece here next. First, we're going to fold this over. Fold that down. Go ahead and rub that really good. I had a little bit of glue there. Alright, we're going to take this, and I'm going to flip this over and put my adhesive on the back here. And then we're going to center that in this little lid part here. That looks to be the same. Fold that over. Alright, so it goes, we're going to go like this. So a little bit different. The Matchbox is at the top, and then it's open, and we have this pop-up mechanism right there at the bottom. So we're going to take our piece. This time I'm going to put my floral out, and I need a piece for this. So that's what I got these leftover strips here for. Let's see. Grab one here. This one might be too big. I think I'm going to save that one. And I'm going to just cut this one down to 1 inch. 1 inch. And I think I'm going to use that one. And we're going to attach that like that. We're going to put this on the front. So we're going to center that just like that. Gorgeous. All right, now our closure this time is ribbon. So I'm going to use this white ribbon. We're going to bring it around. Just going to make sure that I have enough ribbon here for tying a bow. Looks like I'm going to have plenty. I'd rather have a good amount than not enough. I'm going to take a glue dot. And I'm going to place that in the center there. And we're going to tie that, and we're going to put that ribbon right in that glue dot, and it just holds it nicely in place for us so that we can, it's kind of like having somebody put their finger there so that it keeps it nice and tight. And we're going to bring that around. Okay, let's try that again. Bring that around. See, and I thought I had tons of ribbon. I mean, I had enough, but this is so pretty. All right, so now we're going to cut our ribbon. Like so. Now for the front, I thought maybe this time I would do the circles. And I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to put that on there and do with love or just do the with love. I think I'm going to just stamp the with love on my circles here. And then obviously I would bling it out. So this would be a beautiful Mother's Day card. All right, so I'm going to put that there, and then I'm not going to pop it up because it already is kind of popped up because we got that pop-up mechanism on the inside. So I don't think that we need to pop that up, but I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put some gems on there, some bling of some sort. So now we got to do the pop-up mechanism on the inside. So we're going to flip that out. And we have, you can see it goes on here. And I have this gorgeous flower here, which I thought would work perfect on that little stem. So I'm going to just put a little bit of my glue on here. And I'm going to put my flower on there. I'm just going to hold that in place there for a minute. Now I did not stamp my sentiment on the top on the inside yet, which I would wait until I decided who I was going to send this card to. It would be a beautiful wedding card as well as Mother's Day. It could be a birthday. But isn't that cool? So it tucks in like that. And then when you open it, it has that pop-up flower. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. I just need to add my bling. Oh, I got a twist. So I'll probably redo that so I don't have that twist in the back. But that is the third one. Now we're going to move on. This next one, we're going to make it into a gift card holder / card. And it is going to be Matchbox again. So you have your regular card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So go ahead and fold that in half. Make sure that we get this all lined up. Then we have this piece here, which is 3 by 8.5, scored at 3.5 and at 7 5/8. Why does that not look right? Yes, it is 3.5, 7 5/8. Because when I fold this up, this is my Matchbox one. Let me score that. Not score it. Burnish those creases. So that's my little Matchbox. Isn't that cute? You can make these Matchbox cards in any size that you like. So I have 4 by 5 1/4, which is going to go on the inside. So let's put that on the inside. Let's put that. And then again, if you want to use those little sides up, I use the whole paper. I use all the little sides because why throw them away? Let's see, this could go like this. Could do like this. I mean, lots of options. So don't forget to, I like that. Don't forget to decorate your inside as well. Okay, so let's go back to the Matchbox piece here. We have a piece that was not cut right. Oh no, it is too cut right. No, it's not. It is too long. I just need to trim it. And then I gotta have one little piece that is 3/4 of an inch. Remember, I had those side pieces left over. 3/4 of an inch by 2 7/8. 2 7/8. All right, and then this is supposed to be 2 7/8 by 3 1/8. Maybe I didn't do this right. Let's see, that's supposed to go on here, which that looks right, and then that goes on here, which that looks right, and then that goes on here. So what is this? This is 3 1/2. So is it supposed to be 3 1/4? 3 3/8, which is what I thought I had. I thought I measured that one twice. I'll have to go back through my own video to see what I did there. But I'm thinking I'm going to do it like this. I think that is pretty. So we're going to attach this to our matchbook front piece. Love it. We're going to put this on the front of that. Goodness. All right, so let's do this from the top down. It works better for me. There. Now for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to take a stapler, which I should have put that on after I stapled it. It's one of those kind of nights. Because I'm going to do it in the center just like that. This is where my gift card is going to go. So here's a old Dave & Buster's, just so you get the idea. Put that in there. All right, I'll just have to cover that up, no biggie. We're going to attach this. So now you can see what to do, what not to do. Little tips for you. And if that slides out, you could put a little glue dot behind. Let's see. So that it will hold it in place. Just like that. We're going to take this. And we're going to attach it to this white. And this is going to be very tight. Love it. Isn't that beautiful? And then we're going to put it on our card front. So it is a card, gift card holder, and a card all in one. But our Matchbox feature is right here on the front. Now I'm going to take that same white ribbon, which I know I had a piece laying around here, and I'm just going to tie a knot. And you could do a bow if you like bows, but I thought I would just tie a knot and tie it. Kind of looks like it was tied right there in place. Glue dots are my friend. They are your friend. They work great for holding things in place. Let's see. This ribbon is frayed a little bit. Works perfect. Okay, so now I could put a sentiment, but it takes away from how pretty it is. So I'm not going to put a sentiment on the front. I'm going to leave it plain. I like it just like that. I thought about putting a sentiment, but I'm not. So you still got your card, and like I said, you could put a glue dot on the back of your gift card so that it will stay right where you want it. And then I'm going to glue this on the inside. Whoop. I think I liked it down here. I'm going to slide that right to the edge. Pretty. So there's that Matchbox. All right, we're coming into our final two. Now this one, the card base is 4 1/4 by 11. It is scored at 1.5, 6.5, and at 7. And this Matchbox fold, or Matchbook fold, I should say, is beautiful for a treat holder. So because it's got that little extra little lip right here, and it goes like this, it makes a great treat holder. The fun size, like M&Ms, candy bars, fit perfectly in there. You could also add a little cello bag in there. I am going to add in some seeds for Mother's Day. So that's going to go on the inside of mine. This is the inside, because under the gift card, seeds, treats, whatever, you can have your place for stamping your sentiment, writing whatever you want to put, your little note. So when they take out the goodies, they still have a little note from you. So that's going to go there. All right, for this one, because generally if it's like a treat, or you could even do tea bags, they're going to be a little bit bulkier. So what I like to do when I do these is I'm going to take my stapler and I'm going to do a couple at the bottom, probably like 1/8 of an inch up, but I'm going to go further. You could do a row like 3, but I think 2 is probably good. Just like that. And because I went up high enough, or I hope I went up high enough, I should have no problem covering up those staples with my print. So this is going to come on here. I'm going to put that on there, like so. This is going to go across the front. And that should cover up those staples nicely. Just like that. We're going to remember you got to slip this down in there. Let me put my, again, you could cut, you could stamp flowers on the inside. Here I got another one of these. I could put that along the side in there. I'm going to do it right now because I got it right here. I might as well. And I thought flower seeds with the flower paper went pretty nice. So I have a little bit of strip left over. This piece right here, this is like the end of my leftover because that's for the next card. So this is all I got left over. I thought I could add this across the top. That way you cover up the $1.99. If you didn't want to cover up that it was Cosmos, you could cut it a little shorter, and you could do either side, the green or the flower side. Maybe I'll do the green. So I'm going to just put my adhesive right on that. I'm going to cover up that $1.99, and so this is going to be a little bit of waste, but not too bad out of that 12 by 12. So just like that, it slips right in there. And then we're going to put this closed. Perfect. Now if you want to, you could run some ribbon around there. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just put my little sentiment on the front. Maybe I'll run ribbon. I don't know. Since I'm thinking Mother's Day, I'm going to do with love. That there. And then I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to pop it up. I can't wait to bling this stuff out because I think when you bling it, it just, it's like finishes it off. Do I want to put ribbon? What do you think? Put ribbon at the bottom with the bow? Leave it? The bling is going to really make a difference. Like I said, tomorrow, make sure you tune into my blog. Let me know on that. I'm going to start the next one. All right, this one, pretty much like that, except for it's not a treat holder. So it's 4 1/4 by 11. You're going to score it at 1 1/2. Just a regular card. And then at 6 3/4. Okay, now this one, here's your white for the inside. We can go ahead and add that. Just like that. This one, I am just going to come up the center with one staple because it's not going to hold a treat or anything. It just needs to hold our card flap in place. So I could switch this one up and do the opposite for this one. Let's see, tuck that down in there. Okay, come on. There we go. So I could do the opposite on this one. Put the flower print at the bottom, the green at the top, and then I have all these gorgeous bouquets, which I could do circle. This is a pretty one. I don't want to cover up that. I think I'm not going to put a sentiment. I think I am going to do it this way. I think so. No ribbon. All right, sounds good. I love it when you have options of using either side of the paper, and that all looks gorgeous. Doesn't matter which side you use. I'm going to put the circle in here. And then, let's see, I think I like this one. I'm going to pop that up. Now, when I get all these done, I'll go back over which one, how I did the closures, because there's a few different ways for the matchbook. This has got to be moved over a little bit. So I apologize that we didn't have sound at the beginning, but I'm glad that we got it fixed and we got back in action and that you guys could join me. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to come in, I'm going to have a little twine. These are the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. And I like the white. And I'm just going to double it in half, or double it and have a double bow. I like to have a little bit, when it's such thin, I like to have a little bit consistency. So a double gives me a little bit more to work with, a little beefier bow. And then my ribbon, or my glue dots. Here's the glue dot. And where shall I put this? Tuck it in there. I think I'm going to tuck it right in there. And then I will trim it. Now the gems or jewels that go with this suite is the Starburst sequins, and it has the white, there's a pinkish, and there's a yellow. So I'm not sure if I'm going to bring those in or if I'm going to bring in the sequins or if I'm going to bring in the antique pearls, because I really like those pearls. And I think these flowers are so pretty that they need that sophisticated pearl. All right, so not too bad. Gorgeous. Love all those. The hand cotton's a little, not so much, but I do love those flowers. Okay, so we got, this one has staple in the center. This one has two staples towards the bottom because, again, it is a treat or tea bag, package of seeds. Could do a couple packages of seeds. And then we got this one, which is the Matchbook gift card holder slash card, because it does open up. All right, and then we have this one here, which is like a present, but it's got the center pop-up mechanism. And then we have, and then that one, the bow ties the Matchbook portion. This one has a staple there in the center. This one closes by the die cut. So you flip it like this, and then it's kind of slip that back under there. And then the first one just tucks in there, but you ran just a bead of glue right there at the bottom, so you still got that little lip to lift that up. All right, so those are your 6 from 1 12 by 12. Even though they don't have the bling on, I think they're still gorgeous. And right there, 6 different matchbook cards. I bet you didn't know there were that many. Actually, I have some more, but we ran out of paper. So I didn't do too bad. I had that little 1/4 of an inch strip and then this little piece right here that we cut, but not too shabby. But that is it. Again, if you would like to know more about my StampCamp at-home card club kit, under the video it says show more. Click on that more. I have a link to the blog post that talks about this month's kit. It is gorgeous. Club members get the full 12 by 12 pack of the lovely Garden Designer Series paper. They get a full pack of the Starburst sequins, as well as card kit to create 8 cards, 4 different designs to create 2 of each design. So if you need any of the supplies, under the video it has a list of all the supplies that I used tonight. Click on any of those links. It'll bring you to my online store. I do appreciate any and all orders. If you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure that you like, share, click on the bell in the upper right hand corner so you know when I go live. And hopefully next time I go live we have sound. But that is it for tonight. Thanks for stopping.